as a content creator who has 2 crore followers on social media, what are your different sources of income?
We were selling jackets.
Okay.
We did 15,000 jackets in the first 3 days. The AOV was somewhere around 2,700.
3 days, 4 crores.
Yeah.
Insane, man.
So if I had done the calculations right,
You'd have gotten 10x.
yeah, the mistake was. If I've earned 100 rupees, I've spent everything on building stuff.
Yeah.
I went all out after that. A lot of things failed.
We'll come to that.
And what happened was, he came in one day and he said, yeah, what are you doing? You just leave.
Huh.
And I got so sad because now I don't have any place to work. You just decided one day that I have to leave. After that, I bought a house. Bought that house for 2 CR. Now the house is quoted at around 4.5.
Wow.
Most of the decisions that I have made that have made me successful were not logical.
You mean like instinct?
They had a gut feeling. They just felt like we have to do this.
Can you tell me what you are focusing on in the tech space, which you think is a massive opportunity in India today right now?
There are 2 things. One was that we have to create a.
Now, my last question to you is, let us say I turn back the clock. You are 25 years old and you are starting from zero. How would you plan the next 5 years of your life?
I think
So, I want to know, when did you first become a Crorepati?
I think it must be somewhere around after I shifted to Delhi. We were charging, I think, 1.5 lakhs per video at that time.
Okay.
So would not have become a Crorepati by that.
Yeah.
So the next year we were charging, I think, somewhere around 8.
Okay.
Somewhere around 6 to 8.
Which year was this?
This was 2020. 2020 we must be charging.
Just the lockdown had happened.
Yeah. So I think somewhere around that time, 2019, by the end of 2019, I must have become a Crorepati.
So you were like 25 years old.
24, 25.
Hmm.
No, I don't even remember. Your maths must be good. Now you're doing...
No, but the reason why I ask you that is I wanted to know how money has changed your life, if it has or has not, as you increase your wealth, right? Like from 1 crore to becoming a millionaire. How has your life changed?
So I had calculated this amount. I think it was this amount that I need to survive. Initially, it was 2 CR.
Okay.
But then I increased it to 5 because like I need a comfortable survival. Because I needed that safety net in my mind so that I can be creative and not worry about it.
So that was 5 CR.
Yeah, that was 5 CR. After 5 CR, I spent, if I've earned 100 rupees, I've spent like 80. I've spent everything on building stuff.
Yeah.
So I went all out after that.
Yeah.
A lot of things failed.
Okay.
A lot of things failed.
We'll come to that. We'll come to
100%.
that. But before we come to that, Kude, can you tell me, as a content creator who has 2 crore followers on social media, what are your different sources of income? And if you can also give a percentage split of those different sources of income.
Yeah, I'll give you a split. So I think primarily it is brand revenue. So I think AdSense would give us 10%.
Okay.
And
how many views do you get on a monthly basis?
Long form, I think it should be somewhere around 30, say 50 million, anywhere in between.
Okay. 50 million views per month.
Yeah, that is long form, and short form ranges anywhere from 200 million to sometimes I think more. Because if you combine the clips and all, I think it would be some crazy number. So I think that we earn from AdSense 10%, and I think
that is what YouTube pays you for creating content.
Yeah, that is what YouTube AdSense pays us for creating content. And then it would be, I think 50% would be sponsorships and brand content. And it would be a lot of things like me going to some event, me going to anything that is sponsored and that is earned by Shlok because of Shlok's face value.
Correct.
And a lot of sponsored videos also comes under that. So that is 50%. So we have not been making money from the clothing brand and layers because I've kept it all in.
Yeah.
So must be making, I think, around 20% profit from that. And the rest, 20% is from the investments and real estate.
Got it. So can you tell me more about how you manage your finances, right? The do you have a financial advisor? Like who's taking care of the investment decisions? So can you tell me about that?
So my investment decisions are 100% me.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I believe there is one simple thing in when I do my own finances is if I do not know enough about one particular thing, I won't invest. But the things that I've invested in is, I think, majorly 60% real estate, 20% would be equities, and 20% would be in other startups and all of these things.
So you mentioned 60% real estate. Can you talk a little bit about that? Like, kya hai real estate mein?
So real estate mein, there is two commercial properties.
Okay.
And there are 2 pieces of land, and there are 2 apartments.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think there's
2 commercial properties, matlab office spaces that you give for rent.
Yeah.
Iska rental yield kitna hota hai? Do you have the number? How much rent do you get as a percentage of the investment?
So I bought a property for 70 lakhs.
Okay.
Okay. And it grew to 1.5. And the rent
in how many years?
In 3 years.
Okay.
And the rent initially, I think there was no rent because it was during COVID. And after that, now it is renting for somewhere around 80,000.
Okay.
Per month.
So 9.6 lakhs, around 5% yield.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
And there is one more property that is I bought for 1.5 CR. Now it is 2 CR. And the rental that I get is around 1 lakh.
Okay. So again, 6%.
Yeah, 6%.
Interesting.
That is from commercial, but commercial, you get a higher.
Of course. Yeah. So that's why I want to know. You know that commercial properties gives you the higher rent.
Yeah.
So why did you invest in apartments? Because the yield over there in Delhi is 1.5%.
I'll tell you. It was an emotional decision. So what happened with me was, when I was working in initially, and we had rented a residential space for studio. We used to make videos and all. And what happened was, my relationship with the landlord was not nice, because he came in one day and he said, "Yeah, what are you doing? You just leave." And I got so sad, because now I don't have any place to work. You just decided one day that I have to leave. I was like, can't work like this, bhai. So I realized that I'll buy my own. I won't rent after this.
So that was the trigger point why you stopped renting.
I decided I'll never rent in my own life, whole life. I'll buy every property. So
that scarred you, that incident.
Yeah, that scarred me. So after that, I bought a house directly. So I bought that house for 2 CR. Now the house is quoted at around 4.5.
Okay.
Yeah, the property appreciated.
Okay.
And I think the rent takes care of the EMI now.
Wow.
So, okay. Yeah, because I paid some down payment, but now the EMI is 1.5 lakhs. Okay. But the EMI is also somewhere around 1.5 lakhs.
You mean the rent is also?
Yeah, rent and EMI.
So that is matching.
Yeah.
Interesting. Mutual funds is included in that equity, that 20%?
Yeah. I don't have any mutual funds.
Mostly stocks, direct stocks.
Yeah, direct stocks.
And that you only take those investing decisions. You don't have anybody helping you.
During COVID, I made a huge mistake. I did a lot of research.
Okay.
I realized that the market is going down. But whenever every recession has happened, every time market has gone down, whenever it starts, like there's a lot of construction that resumes and a lot of things happen. So suddenly the steel stocks and all of these stocks, construction stocks, they start booming. So I invested in steel stocks. I invested a lot of money in steel stocks. And after like 1 year or something, I think it gave me good return. I think it was 50% or double. I was like, I've gotten double the amount of money. Also will give me dividends. But then now the second wave is coming. So I don't know if I should hold or not. Then I exited.
Okay.
So they went 10x. Went 10x. So
the mistake was getting out too early.
Yeah, the mistake was getting out too early.
Wow.
So if I had done the calculations right, and if I just trusted my own decision,
you'd have gotten 10x.
Yeah,
on those stocks.
But now I've invested in a few companies, majorly in the some unlisted companies also, but majorly a few like big mid-cap, I would say in the mid-cap segment. And in industries I have the knowledge about. Yeah.
I understood about your finances and how you manage your money. Now let us go into the future, right? Can you tell me what you are focusing on in the tech space, which you think is a massive opportunity in India today right now?
There are two things. One was ki we have to create a product that solves a problem that people are having right now. And at the same time, I want a runway so it can go to the top of the world. And it can go in the top, like it can become one of the top brands. That was what my goal was. I actually have a co-founder, Neil, and he also, we both brainstormed together on all these ideas. And we realized that in the watch space, especially in the smartwatch space, there is this gap of between 4,000 rupees and 10,000 rupees. And there is no big player in it. Nobody is creating watches in that segment. Because right now, a lot of these watches in the segment, most people don't use, because if you put those, like 70% of the watches, if you put it on a table or on a cup, it would give you the SpO2 of this cup.
It should not happen.
Yeah, it should not happen. It should not happen. And we realized if we just fix the basics, we put gold to all these sensors, and we have put the same sensor, 6-axis gyroscope that is there in ultra-human ring. And we put all those hardware pieces together, and we just created a product that functionally is good, that has all the sensors, and that is beautiful. And it took a lot of time for us to pull it all together, but now it's here. Because
but what will that be priced at?
It will be priced at 7,000.
7,000 rupees.
Yeah, 7,000 rupees.
Yeah. So something that obviously your superpower over other brands is that you already have the marketing ready, right? You don't have to spend money on hiring celebrities or doing expensive advertisements or IPL announcements, nothing, right? You earlier mentioned that your collective views in a month is 300 million views, right? Yeah. So that is, what is that? 30 crore people, right? If I'm not wrong, 30 crore unique people watching your content on a monthly basis. So what, like based on your previous companies like overlays and your layers, skins, which you've been selling, what would you predict would be the sales that you get from this when you launch? And how would you manage the demand? Because definitely there will be buyers, definitely there are people ready to buy, but the biggest problem is how do I know how much I should keep ready for selling? So how do you plan to solve that problem?
That is the most challenging part. You are asking very good questions. That is, I'll tell you how we like see the demand and all of these things. Because when you're selling, let's say anything, you have to, let's say if you're selling 5 crores worth of product, you have to put in 2 crores before for the inventory. But how we're doing it is because we have seen trends in the past, like the past overlays launch we did, we were selling jackets. So we did 15,000 jackets in the first 3 days. And the jackets, the AOV was somewhere around 2,700. The jackets were priced
I'll
from...
just open my calculator one second.
Yeah, 2,400 to 3,500.
So you said 15,000 and 2,700 is the average order value.
Average order value.
4 crores in 3 days.
Yeah. That was the previous
And this is without running ads, only on your...
Yeah, this is without any ads.
3 days, 4 crores.
Yeah.
Like, did you expect these kind of numbers to come? Like, it's insane.
Like, we were expecting it to hit this number in the first 1 month or 2 months. But we did it in 3 days. So,
but to sell 10 crores, how much do you need to invest of the smartwatch?
I'll tell you. Let's say right now, we have invested somewhere around 5 CR. So out of that 5 CR, I think majorly it is the inventory. I think 40% would be the inventory. And other than that, if I were to give you a breakdown of it is majorly the COGS. If I were to give, it is COGS, and then there is salaries, and then there is packaging and all of these other things. And then there is 30% we have kept for marketing, 10% we have kept for platform fees,
Hmm.
and 15 to 20% would be the profit, somewhere around that in this range.
Oh, this 15-20% will be the profits in these kind of products?
Yeah.
Got it. So how many people are there right now in your company? How many employees?
So right now, if you count the people who are working in factories also, there would be a lot.
Okay.
There would be like above 100, maybe 150, something.
So they're blue collar laborers. Right?
Yeah, a lot of people who work. Can't count.
Yeah.
But if you just see the core team that works, I think it is around 30 to 40 people, somewhere around.
Got it.
We have put so much effort. We have put so much time and energy. The whole team, Neil, me, and everybody. So we are just very excited about this product, and we'll see how it goes.
Interesting. So one thing that even I'm sort of designing my life around is that if you had asked me last year, 100% of the time would be on just money. Maybe 1-2% would be on family. But now I'm trying to, take out times for health, take out times for relationships. So do you take out time for, maintaining relationships? How do you look at it?
I look at relationships in a very different way, especially work-life balance. I think the word work-life balance is like a very messed up term. I feel the worst work-life balance is of a person who is unemployed.
Okay.
Because he's there at his own house and he's not doing anything. His family is stressed. He's stressed himself. And they all spend so much time together. But it ends up in nothing. So I think as a man, it is the quality of the time that you spend with your parents or with your girlfriend. I think that is what matters. So, and sometimes I spend like 1 hour a week with them, and they're very happy. They're enjoying their life. They're doing different things. And
so 1 hour a week with your parents?
It's usually somewhere around 1 hour a week.
And girlfriend?
Yeah, girlfriend we speak daily, na.
Okay, that is there. No, so that's important.
Yeah, she works with me. So
she works with you?
Yeah, she works.
So फिर तो हो गया.
Yeah,
that is a beautiful equation to have. Like
yeah,
your girlfriend who is a significant other is also working with you. So that there also you're spending time.
Yeah. Your wife also works with you?
No, I don't have a wife. I'm not married.
Ajay, you're not married yet?
I'm not married.
Oh.
How old are you?
I'm 28. I'll be 29 this year.
I just turned 29 July. Yeah. So this is a finance podcast. So let's come back to the money discussion. So
Sharan is asking advice because
I got carried away. Let's come back to
the. He wants to get married very soon.
So now my last question to you is: let us say I turn back the clock. You are 25 years old, and you are starting from zero, right? How would you plan the next 5 years of your life?
I thought it would be rent versus buy. But I just like we were talking before this podcast, कि most of the decisions that I have made that have made me successful were not logical. And I questioned myself, does it make sense? Do all the successful people take decisions like that? And I asked most of the billionaires how their most prominent decisions, were they emotional or were they logical? And they all told me the biggest decisions in their life, they were all emotional.
You mean like instinct? It was like an instinct.
Yeah, they had a gut feeling. They just felt like we have to do this.
Yeah.
The second thing would be just try to work very, very fast. And there would be no third thing. I was just like, be fast.
What do you mean by work very fast? Like, what does that entail?
To work fast is like, so right now, what do we do? Okay? If I take, so what I did was, when we were making videos, I was like, I told you, that I record like 30 videos in one day. And sometimes even 60 videos in one day. We were recording one video a day. We were like, yeah, how can we make this, how can we do like 2 months, 3 months of work in one day? What does it take to do things fast? So I figured out that there's a lot of things, there's a lot of B-roll, there's a lot of planning and pre-plotting and all of these things. If we do it all in bulk and if we align everything, all the sets together, we can do it faster. Because working hard is just putting a lot of work in and doing a lot of things every single day. Working fast is just like condensing the amount of work you are going to do in 1 year and condensing it down to like trying doing it in 1 day. And I would say I still feel very slow.
I think that is something that we always feel.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to learn from everybody. So
absolutely. And let us know if we can help you with your finances. Would love
100%.
Would love to check out. All right, Shlok, this was a fantastic conversation. Thank you so much. I think it's obviously not an easy journey. I think people look at content creators and think, एक video बना दिया और इतना पैसा कमा लिया. There's a lot of back work which goes into it, and life doesn't get easy even after people think you've reached a certain level of success, because of the kind of the kind of conditioning that we put on ourselves, right? We are hungry. We don't stop in terms of how much we can grow, and because of that conditioning that we put on ourselves, we make it harder on ourselves, and it becomes a difficult journey. But yeah, very, 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 very glad that we did this after 2 long years, and I finally got to know the real Shlok. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah.